Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Brandon. Haven't done a video in quite a while, just primarily because just been really busy building my business. But I have just recently come up against a little bit of a problem that I wanted to hopefully combat, or at least save somebody else from having to combat. What's been going on is I have been using a company by the name of ScanPower. And it's a listing service basically, and then they also keep tabs on your inventory, et cetera, et cetera. And it's been working really well. I actually prefer it over Inventory Lab that I was using before. I don't have anything against Inventory Lab. I just like some of the features of this one better. Other than this, I will say this: the sourcing app, Inventory Lab seems to have the best sourcing app that I really have seen out there so far. So if you have Inventory Lab, I'm not putting it down at all. But this actually video is for anybody that's using ScanPower or thinking about using ScanPower to save you from a major headache that my wife and I are currently dealing with. What happens is when you list on ScanPower, you have to hit a very specific button on the screen in order to complete the listing. I think it's like finish shipment or something. Anyway, and it's pretty obvious if you read the directions. It should be pretty obvious to you, that's what should be happening. However, I did have somebody that I was working with for a while that was helping me with my listings, and I kind of trusted them a little, probably too early, to just do all of that work, and they never hit that button. And so now we're dealing with a crap ton of returns that basically of stuff that never went live on Amazon. And that's also partly my fault, is that I wasn't checking the stranded inventory section of our back office meaning Seller Central, basically. But so we're drowning in product right now, and it's also product that I'm going to have to call Amazon to find out. But I don't believe Amazon's going to allow us to return to FBA for at least 6 months. I don't know that for sure, but I believe that that's the case. Anyway, so this video, I wanted to stress anybody looking at ScanPower to make sure that you do use that function, the finish shipment button. Otherwise, you're going to be dealing with what we're dealing with. And I'm just going to show you real quick, basically what we're dealing with. I've got, here, I'm turning the camera around. I've got two boxes right there that were returns. That big one, is that a return? No, so these guys, these two boxes here and these few boxes right here are all shipments that we're making right now. Getting ready to get out of here. And here's some more returns. So you got all these stacks. Everything that you see in green bubble wrap are like DVD players, VCRs, that kind of thing. You got a big box of just random electronics and accessories. Another big box, some players. And some of the bubble wrap also are game systems. Like a CNET board game, another electronic. Right over here, we've got a bunch more players. Down here, we've got a whole bunch of players, a big stack of mostly games. Some random, just other stuff being, in return. Some of this stuff you'll notice right here, there's an iPod right there that I bought from Value Village maybe a month ago. Just haven't gotten around to dealing with it, listing it or anything. But anyway, and then these boxes are actually empty, but there was a lot of stuff that you're going to still see that came out of them. You got a speaker system, a couple of Keurigs, another bunch of a little electronics and whatnot, and then there's a box below that. There's a couple more players and whatnot, a couple speakers over here, whole bunch of players. There's a mess of telephones that, gosh, I mean, they were pretty expensive telephones. I was thinking that they were all sold, and then I found out that they just never went live. That was not fun. More players, tons of board games and whatnot. You see a picture of the Eiffel Tower in the background. That's nothing for what this video is about. More of those telephones, some more electronics, a bunch more board games. I mean, just loads of crap. And all of this, basically, I don't know, I'm going to guess somewhere to the tune of $3,000 to $4,000 at least, probably more. But anyway, of just stuff that should have sold, could have sold, but because of my stupidity didn't. So if you're looking at ScanPower, make sure that you absolutely you follow the directions, because back to Inventory Lab. I told you I was using Inventory Lab before. This is part of why we came up with this problem. Inventory Lab doesn't have this finished shipment situation. They just send the feed, the information automatically when you finish a shipment, or when you ship a shipment. Basically, they just automatically send it. Whereas ScanPower, they don't do that. You have to hit that button. So anyway, hope nobody else is coming up against this problem, and hope everybody's having a great day. I will try to do another posting or two to just kind of tell you guys a little bit more about what we're doing with our business. We're actually getting out of the thrift store business, and we're moving straight into like distribution centers. Rather, we're buying from distribution centers, etc. Just scaling up our business. So anyway, hope everybody's doing great. Talk to you later. Take care. Bye.